On modern fishing vessels, fishing is carried out scientifically and effectively thanks to the support of advanced technology. Before going to sea, fishermen often use GPS and radar positioning systems to locate schools of fish. When arriving at the fishing area, the vessel will drop trawls, purse seines or gill nets depending on the type of fish to be exploited. Equipment such as cranes, net winders and automatic conveyor belts help to quickly bring fish from the net to the vessel, minimizing manual labor. Many vessels are also equipped with modern cold storage to preserve fish immediately after catching to maintain freshness. In addition, monitoring of catch is also done by electronic sensors, contributing to the sustainable and effective management of aquatic resources. Not only stopping at fishing technology, modern vessels also integrate preliminary processing systems right on the deck such as fish washing machines, size sorting machines and even preliminary processing lines such as gutting and deboning. This helps reduce processing time after docking, increasing the commercial value of the catch. In addition, ships also focus on safety and environmental factors, with weather warning positioning systems, modern rescue equipment and wastewater filtration technology to minimize marine pollution. Thanks to these advances, the fishing industry is becoming increasingly professional, contributing to improving labor productivity, protecting natural resources and meeting the increasing food needs of people. In addition, the fishing process on modern ships also involves a team of well-trained crew members, knowledgeable about technology and capable of operating high-tech equipment. They regularly update their knowledge of sustainable fishing and strictly comply with international regulations on protecting aquatic resources. In particular, many fishing vessels today also apply artificial intelligence and big data to analyze the movement habits of fish species, thereby developing more reasonable and effective fishing strategies. Thanks to the combination of people and technology. Fishing not only increases modernity and professionalism but also contributes significantly to the development of the marine economy, protecting the ocean ecosystem and moving towards a sustainable seafood industry in the future. Not only that, modern fishing vessels are also capable of operating for long periods at sea thanks to being fully equipped with living facilities such as resting areas, kitchens, satellite communication systems and basic medical equipment. This helps fishermen to work longer in safer and more comfortable conditions than before. Some large vessels also act as a floating factory, with the ability to process, package and preserve products right on board, then transfer them directly to the supply chain. Thanks to that, seafood products are brought to market faster, quality is guaranteed and economic value is also increased. It can be said that fishing on modern vessels is not only a step forward in exploitation technology but also represents a comprehensive change in production thinking. Towards efficiency, safety and environmental friendliness. Moreover, modern vessels are also directly connected to the mainland via satellite systems and the internet, allowing captains and fishermen to continuously update information on weather, ocean currents and consumption markets. This helps them to be more proactive in choosing fishing grounds, fishing times as well as coordinating the amount of goods to suit consumer needs. At the same time, digitizing fishing data also contributes to increasing transparency and traceability of products. which is especially important in the context of consumers increasingly concerned about the quality and sustainability of food. Thanks to that, seafood products from modern fishing vessels not only meet domestic standards but also qualify for export to demanding markets such as Europe, Japan or the United States. All of the above factors have contributed to changing the face of the fisheries industry, bringing traditional fishing into a new era, the era of technology. Efficiency and sustainable development. The rapid development of modern fishing vessels has also opened up many opportunities for international cooperation in the field of exploitation and conservation of aquatic resources. Many countries have joined together to establish regional fisheries management organizations, RFMOs, to monitor and coordinate fishing activities in common sea areas, while encouraging the use of modern technology to reduce off-target fishing and protect rare marine species. Modern vessels can be equipped with vehicle monitoring systems, VMS, and automatic cameras to record the entire fishing process, making it easy for authorities to inspect and ensure that fishing complies with legal regulations. This not only enhances the reputation of the domestic fisheries industry but also contributes to preserving marine resources for future generations. It can be said that fishing on modern vessels is not only an economic activity but also a clear manifestation of the combination of science and technology, environmental protection awareness and global responsibility, in addition to the obvious benefits. Fishing with modern vessels also poses many challenges. The investment cost for a high-tech vessel is very large, requiring strong support from the government, financial institutions or linkage models between fishermen and businesses. The operation of modern equipment also requires a highly skilled workforce, knowledgeable about technology and regularly trained and fostered. In addition, without strict management, the application of high technology can also lead to overexploitation, depletion of seafood reserves and negative impacts on marine ecosystems. Therefore, to maximize the effectiveness of fishing with modern vessels, there needs to be synchronous coordination between the state, businesses, fishermen and international organizations in policymaking, infrastructure investment, human resource training and scientific and sustainable control of marine resources. In the future, the trend of fishing with modern vessels will continue to develop towards automation and intelligence. Technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, underwater robots, drones to monitor fishing grounds and biosensor systems will be increasingly applied, helping to reduce human labor, improve accuracy and minimize impacts on the marine environment. At the same time, the combination of exploitation and aquaculture at sea will also become a modern marine economic model, contributing to the balance between economic benefits and resource conservation. These advances not only change the way people exploit seafood, but also open up a new vision for fisheries, where science, technology and environmental responsibility go hand in hand to create a clean, green and vibrant ocean for future generations. Finally, the transformation of the modern fishing industry is not only reflected in technology or techniques, but also in the mindset of sustainable development and long-term attachment to the sea. Today, fishermen are no longer simply people who make a living on the water, but they are also sea guardians, preserving natural resources, protecting the sovereignty of islands and seas and making an important contribution to national food security. The development of a modern fleet also contributes to creating stable jobs for millions of coastal workers. Promoting supporting industries such as processing, preservation, shipbuilding and fishing logistics services. Thanks to that, the marine economy not only develops strongly but also becomes an important pillar in the national development strategy. It can be said that modern fishing vessels are not only a symbol of technical progress but also an extension of human beings in the journey to conquer and preserve the sea in a smart, humane and responsible way. From a broader perspective, the development of modern fishing vessels also reflects the close connection between humans and nature in the new era. When technology is used reasonably and in a controlled manner, humans not only take advantage of the resources that the ocean brings but also contribute to maintaining the balance of marine ecology, a vital factor for the Earth. The use of modern vessels also encourages the mindset of limited exploitation. Instead of overfishing as before, many countries have applied measures such as fishing according to quotas, seasons or licensed areas, thereby moving towards a fisheries industry that knows how to take responsibly and leave life behind. Thanks to this progress, the image of fisheries is gradually being enhanced, no longer a purely manual labor industry, but a strategic field, combining science, economics and ecological ethics. This is the inevitable path to ensure a sustainable future for the sea and for its humans. To maintain this sustainable development, policies to support fishermen and businesses in investing in modern fishing vessels will play an extremely important role. Governments need to introduce incentives, such as providing preferential loans and tax breaks for fishing vessels investing in environmentally friendly technology, and at the same time build strict regulations to control and monitor fishing activities. Training and awareness-raising programs on environmental protection also need to be expanded. Not only for fishermen but also for communities and related organizations. In addition, cooperation between countries in managing global fisheries resources is also very important. International agreements on the protection of marine resources need to be strictly enforced, creating a common network of protection that ensures that every country is responsible for protecting and maintaining the richness of the ocean. With these right steps, the fishing industry will not only continue to grow but also contribute to the creation of a strong and sustainable marine economy, helping to protect the invaluable resources of the sea for future generations. In addition, innovation and creativity in the fishing industry also create opportunities for the development of more diversified marine economic models, such as aquaculture combined with fishing, or closed-loop models where the production and consumption of seafood products are organized in a circular manner. These models not only help reduce pressure on marine resources but also create sustainability in food supply and livelihood maintenance for fishermen. Furthermore, research and technological innovation in the exploitation and processing of seafood products can also open up new opportunities for export and increase product value. Advanced technologies such as processing fish into value-added products such as processed foods, functional foods or organic seafood products will help grow domestic and international markets. Consumer markets increasingly demand safe, clean and environmentally responsible products. So the application of clean and sustainable technologies in the exploitation and processing process will create a competitive advantage for the seafood industry. In short, with the continuous development of modern fishing vessels and supporting technologies, The fishing industry is gradually transforming into a modern, promising and responsible industry. However, for this industry to continue to develop sustainably, there needs to be close cooperation between stakeholders, from fishermen to management agencies. Businesses and the international community, to protect marine resources, develop the economy and create a healthy living environment for future generations. To achieve this sustainable development, an indispensable factor is the construction and maintenance of an effective monitoring and management system. Authorities need to ensure strict enforcement of regulations on marine resource protection, such as inspection and monitoring of fishing vessels, and the application of automatic monitoring technologies such as satellite tracking systems and sensors to prevent illegal and unreported fishing. At the same time, it is necessary to establish marine reserves and prohibited fishing areas so that aquatic species can recover and develop naturally, helping to maintain ecological balance. In addition, the application of renewable energy development technologies, such as wind or solar energy for fishing vessels, is also becoming a trend in the modern fisheries industry. These advances not only help to minimize the negative impacts of fossil fuel use, but also contribute to reducing CO2 emissions, protecting the atmosphere and helping the fisheries industry continue to develop in an environmentally friendly manner. Thanks to these advances, the fisheries industry will become increasingly flexible, adapting to climate change and challenges of the natural environment. The combination of technology, sustainable management and awareness of marine resources protection will create a thriving aquatic ecosystem, while preserving the invaluable values that the sea brings to humanity. With a long-term vision and appropriate strategies, the modern fishing industry will not only thrive but also contribute to creating a green, sustainable future for everyone. In addition to technology and management strategies, an important factor that cannot be ignored is the enhancement of community cooperation and the promotion of marine protection awareness for the younger generation. Educational programs on marine environmental protection, aquatic resources, and the benefits of sustainable exploitation will help raise awareness among the community, especially fishermen and people living near coastal areas. By combining education, communication, and marine resource protection activities, we can create a new generation with a strong sense of responsibility for the ocean and the surrounding environment. Non-governmental organizations and community projects also play an important role in supporting marine protection initiatives. Implementing coral regeneration programs, protecting endangered aquatic species, or restoring coastal mangrove forests will help maintain biodiversity and stabilize marine ecosystems. These efforts need to be supported and accompanied by governments and international organizations to bring about long-term effectiveness. However, for the sustainable development of the fisheries sector, ensuring fairness in the distribution of benefits from marine resources is also very important. Support policies need to be implemented fairly, protecting not only the interests of large enterprises but also those of small-scale fishermen, who are directly connected to the sea and have the greatest influence on the sustainability of fisheries. This will not only help fishermen stabilize their lives but also encourage them to participate in marine protection activities and sustainable development initiatives. With the combination of technology, sustainable management, community education and fair policies, the modern fisheries industry will not only continue to thrive but also contribute to the protection and restoration of marine resources, bringing long-term benefits to the whole society and future generations. To achieve these goals, the development of transparent monitoring and reporting mechanisms is a prerequisite. The application of smart systems such as blockchain in the traceability and monitoring of seafood supply chains will help ensure transparency and reduce fraud in the industry. Data collected from modern fishing vessels, including information on catches, fishing areas and environmental conditions, can be stored and shared publicly, creating a connection between stakeholders from fishermen, businesses to consumers. This will not only help improve product quality but also strengthen consumer confidence in seafood products. In addition, the combination of science and technology will continue to promote new research on sustainable development in the seafood industry. Research on fish breeds, advanced farming and processing methods, as well as the search for alternatives to traditional fishing methods, will help reduce pressure on marine resources and improve production efficiency. These advances will not only help fishermen increase their income but also contribute to the restoration of damaged marine ecosystems. With support from the government, the community and international organizations, the seafood industry can develop in a sustainable way, both protecting marine resources and providing clean and safe food for society. This industry will become a typical example of combining high technology, environmental management and social responsibility, creating a brighter future for the seafood industry and future generations. Another important factor in the sustainable development of the fisheries sector is to encourage the participation of all stakeholders. From fishermen, businesses to consumers, only when all parties are aware of the importance of protecting and exploiting marine resources in a responsible manner can the fisheries sector develop stably and sustainably. Fishermen need to be provided with tools and knowledge of modern fishing techniques, methods that help minimize negative impacts on the environment, while improving their income through the production and consumption of higher value products. Businesses, in addition to investing in advanced technology, need to actively participate in initiatives to protect marine resources. While building sustainable relationships with fishermen and communities, consumers also play an important role in promoting the sustainable development of the fisheries sector. As consumers become increasingly aware of the origin and quality of seafood products, they will prioritize choosing products that come from environmentally responsible fishing and processing facilities. Therefore, businesses and manufacturers need to provide transparent information about products. From the fishing and preservation process to quality standards and environmental protection certification, building trust from consumers not only helps promote product consumption but also creates a more sustainable seafood market. Ultimately, it is the harmonious coordination of factors such as technology, management, community education, and responsibility